What are the top 5 mistakes you want to avoid if you are a luxury homeowner selling a property in or around Bellingham, Washington today? Okay, in this video, I'm going to break down the 5 mistakes to avoid if you're selling a luxury home in and around Bellingham. Is it a good time to sell your home here in Bellingham, especially if it's luxury, right? We're going to break down that in our video today. If you've owned your home for any period of time, like 5 years or more, you've probably built a bit of equity in this market, right? But the media headlines out there are kind of talking about, is it, the market's falling, the sky is falling, and what does that mean for luxury homeowners here in Bellingham today, right? I'm going to break down what the numbers are really saying, how the luxury homes and the luxury market are really different here in Bellingham from the rest of the market, and what it means if you're thinking about selling your luxury home today. So let's start with what the numbers say. When you look at the number of homes available, there's 2 different ways I look at this to establish what's a luxury market. One metric that we look at is the top 20% of all available homes in the market. Like that starts to denote or make up the luxury market segment. When we look at what are available today, in and around just Whatcom County in general, there are 864 homes on the market today when we're recording this. The top 20% puts it out about 172 homes make up that top 20%. When we look at the price point, that's everything above about 1.1 million, maybe a little bit less than that. So when we think about what's the luxury market, that's metric number 1, the top 20% of all active homes. Metric number 2, we take the top 10% of sold homes. When we look at that, I pulled up the last 3 months, we had about 700 and change homes that have sold. So when we take that, the top 10%, about 72 homes, and we look at that price point and go up, it's about 1.1 million. So when we look at the luxury market here in Bellingham and around Whatcom County, we're looking above 1.1 million. Whether you're, when I look at the map, actually, I don't know if you can see the map up here, but it kind of looks like you look at the south side of Bellingham, you look kind of in and around lakefront property, and then on the north side with a little bit more acreage, there are a lot of properties in and around Whatcom County above 1.1 million. So for homeowners who have bought a while ago, there's a ton of equity that has amassed in your property. So, first thing is understand if you're a luxury market. I think the marketing strategies work for all the segments, though it's even more important in the luxury segment to get it right. So what makes the luxury market different, right? So here's the big difference. Homes under 1.1 million are more relying on affordability. So interest rates, the condition of the home, the buyers coming into it saying, hey, this might be my first home, or maybe I'm moving up and I don't have a lot of extra income beyond being able to afford my mortgage. So affordability matters, the price point matters, the rates matter, I think proportionately more when we get to the segment below the luxury, below 1.1 million. Different segment on luxury, these buyers that are looking are less rate sensitive. There's a lot of cash. Maybe they're moving from a market where they have a ton of equity themselves and they're buying a lifestyle. It's less dependent on the rate, although rate's still important, less dependent on price point, because when you're buying lifestyle, there are nuances that I'm willing to pay a little bit more for that view, for the walking distance, for the location, for the condition of the home. I'm willing to pay more for this turnkey property that's in this spectacular location because, let's face it, real estate's all about, the 3 things: location, location, location. Can't change that. Luxury segment is driven by the desire for the lifestyle and specifics to that neighborhood, right? It's not just about price per square foot. Item number 3 we're thinking about is it a good time to sell? Well, timing-wise, days on market has lengthened compared to other frenzied years like 2021, 2022. Listing came on the market and you don't know if you're going to get 10 or 50 offers on it, right? Buyers today, in today's market, are more selective. They have more options. We're back to inventory levels we haven't seen in 6+ years. So buyers today do have options. Now, in Bellingham's more affluent neighborhoods, demand's still strong. Personal experience, just met with some clients that they are moving to Colorado. Met with them, we went through all the market stats, and specifically we priced it where the market was going to be. Not where it was 3 months ago, not where it was 3 years ago, where it was today. We ended up with 2 offers. Now, we're slightly over asking price, and yet in the right neighborhoods, properties priced right, positioned right, and marketed effectively are still getting multiple offers. It's not a guarantee. We have to make data. The most successful clients in today's market are making decisions based on the data of today's market, not the drama. Now, again, is it a good time to sell, right? The forecasts are projecting that modest appreciation of 2 to 5% in 2025, looking out to 2026 are kind of carrying that through. not explosive growth, but it means that if you're waiting to time the market where prices are going to skyrocket, it may not happen, right? Selling now allows you to capture that equity that you have built while buyer demand is still strong. In short, I think the timing matters less than a good strategy, a solid strategy. Item number 4, mistake that people are making on the luxury market here is not having a marketing strategy for those affluent buyers, right? For luxury buyers, strategy is everything. You can't put a sign in the yard and expect buyers to come out and know exactly what they're looking at, right? We also, if we price it wrong, if we price based on everything being gold plated and we're not, frankly, ready, willing, and able buyers in the luxury market segment are going to pass us over because they have other options. Again, it's a lifestyle play. It's something that the location matters much more. The lifestyle matters much more than just the stats on the piece of paper. So we want to make sure that we are pricing based on kind of recent comparable what other homes have been going for and not just averages. Setting our home apart. We want to make sure it looks the best it can. So strategy around how are we preparing if we're living in the home. We want to make sure that we have one thing that I've tended to find helpful is a pre-listing staging consult. When we're living in the home, how do we make our home shine? The one thing that I've found really helpful is I know what looks good. I'm not always the best at help combining, help creating, help making something look its best by saying, hey, add this, don't add that. Again, I know what looks good, but that's where I tap some of my colleagues on the shoulder. I have design consultants that come in and we meet with our clients and help curate the best possible look for each and every one of the rooms, for the curb appeal, for, again, making your home shine and stand out above the competition. Intelligent buyers today are following the market too, right? I mean, we're not pulling the wool over anyone's eyes. They're looking at the headlines as well. They're scrolling Zillow, and they need clarity on what's happening in today's market, just like my seller clients, my affluent clients. That's where the expertise comes in of knowing the market, working in it day in and day out, and understanding the nuances, the differences. The number 5 mistake to avoid when we are selling our luxury home is understanding where our buyers are coming from. The biggest thing that I've noticed since COVID is about 80% of buyers are moving into the area, into Bellingham and Whatcom County from other parts of the country. So that means about 20% of buyers are local. When we are marketing, we want to make sure that the marketing stands out. We've had a strategy to prepare the home for sale. The marketing looks great in terms of photography, 3D tours, not just the 2D pictures stitched together. We want to make sure the 3D tour is immersive. It's letting buyers that are not here in the first showing is virtual. We're letting them tour at their own convenience, at their pace, at their timing. And then also, how are we leveraging video? Because today's buyers are savvy. They want to understand, again, what's not just the house itself, but what about the neighborhood? What about the area? Do you get to see some really cool like drone footage and marketing the neighborhood as well as the property, marketing the lifestyle, the other amenities that are close by, and not just the 4 walls and the roof that we're selling today. So I think understanding that, again, buyers are coming from out of the area, 80% of them. I'm using a rule of thumb. Don't quote me on the exact numbers, but just in the last year, I've had clients moving to or from Colorado, California, Oregon, Arizona, New England, Florida, to Texas, just to name the few of the other states where I'm having that buyers are moving from. Just talked to actually last week, new buyer was moving from Louisiana. Buyers are coming in from out of the area. They've kind of found that this little slice of Pacific Northwest up here in and around Bellingham, it's amazing. The lifestyle, the traffic or lack thereof, the weather, and it's desirable. We have a really cool market. So if you found this video helpful, kind of 5 things to avoid, mistakes that we're not going to make in terms of selling our luxury properties, share this with somebody that's thinking about making a move or just talking about real estate, because planning early and starting to strategize now pays off in the end, right? Should we be selling and thinking about today's market if we need to use that equity elsewhere? Again, about 80% of buyers are moving into town. I tend to find about 80% of my sellers are selling and moving elsewhere, those same states, whether it's down to Seattle area or Oregon, California, Colorado, Texas, Arizona, Florida. It's almost like that I've Been Everywhere song. I don't know the name of it, but like all these different states, people are moving, migrating, patterns are shifting. So to help you prepare, I have created the seller's timeline checklist, really cool resources. Take a look at the bottom of the video here. There's a way that you can either reach out or we have it available. Shoot me a call, text, or email. Like that's a really easy way to start the conversation. What can I do to prepare? If you're considering a move now or in the near future, reach out. Let's schedule a private strategy call. Love to create a specific experience, a specific checklist, what to do to make your dreams a reality. And make sure that you're capturing all the equity in your home, the marketability of it, and your best options for your real estate related plans. Hey, thanks again for watching. My name again is Nick Berard. I am a realtor here in Bellingham. I've been helping clients, families of all shapes and sizes buy and sell and strategize their real estate related plans here in Bellingham for over a decade. I'd love to be your real estate resource of choice. My team and I are here to help with any questions, so be sure to like and subscribe for more local insights, and I'll be sure to see you on the next video. Thanks.